Well. Thank you very much, Mr. DJ Million, Mr. DJ Little. Mr. Lum Famudem, I want to tell you thank you for tuning in for watch this unique program. And I want to tell DJ Little in partner, big thanks for giving me this opportunity for once again interact with the Sierra Leone community. I hope you're going to enjoy the program. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you, DJ Little, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you very much. You know, one of the key reasons why I wanted to bring Blango here on this program, people, whilst we try to establish connections with Blango, is for us to understand as Sierra Leoneans that we are in a mindset of judging people based on not what we understand, what we feel we know. That's what we do largely as Sierra Leoneans. And the main reason for tonight's program is to ensure that Sierra Leoneans, we learn lessons. We get this habit for the fise asabi little, and they can't judge little based on what asabi little. And you haven't spent a minute with me to talk to me. You haven't found out exactly what I do. We are all guilty of this, largely as Sierra Leoneans, including myself, so to speak. We don't give people the opportunity to know their work. We don't give people the opportunity to know their credit. We don't go and research. Salomon, no, they go find out. If you want to insult Salomon, write on a paper and pen. Use book and pen. You put on a paper. Anything that is theory, Salomon not interested. Average Salomon, I must say. You understand? The average Salomon not interested once it's theoretical, because we don't like to open up the book and read. We don't want to, but we feel that we can make a judgment. We can make we can pass judgment on others because we feel we know them. We know their work. The role of a mayor, the role of a councillor working in the British politics system, the British political establishment, is not the same as Sierra Leone, where you go meet the pa nine office, or you go meet the pa nine host when I go talk business, then he give you money for your business. It doesn't work like that. A lot of us were judgmental over his tenureship as a mayor, but the man achieved. I have read through, go into Southern Council's report, go into the work that it's there. It's not hidden. Go into my Southwark. If you are a resident of Southwark or wherever, you don't even have to be a resident of Southwark. Just go into my Southwark, register and sign up to my Southwark, and read the various articles. Read the PDFs of what this man achieved as the first African, non-British, not born in this country, to attain the highest office, which is the mayoral office under a borough, okay? Which is the mayoral office. And what he achieved as a Sierra Leonean. And he paved the way for the likes of Councillor Dora Dixon File. He paved the way for Deputy Mayor of Southwark, Makishek. He paved the way. You know, we have to move away from
I'm back.
And I'm glad you're back. I'm just ranting at my Sierra Leonean community. You understand? He paved the way for so many Sierra Leoneans, but just because one lives a very humble life and just because one has an establishment does not mean that we can do the Sierra Leone politics by picking up brown papers and brown envelopes and say, I can go to Blango in office and then make appointments, and then Blango will have a whole list of envelopes waiting for me to say, this now for Awol, this now for United Artists, this now for Afro Arts, this now for Sierra Leone for you, this now for this organization and that organization. It does not work like that. We missed the penalty, we missed the goal post, we missed the ball, we kicked the ball over the bar. Had we established that Sierra Leone Forum, I was young at the time. I was not in that position of having the voice which I have now. I was not in that position. But I was, as a young man, I heard about that Sierra Leone forum. To date, you're hearing the likes of Agnes Pratt, queen of social media, trying to put all Sierra Leoneans together under one forum. What are the challenges? So many challenges. So many people don't want to, they're not interested. Nobody's going to look at tiny droplets of organization. The reason why we keep shouting that the Somalian community achieved so much in such a short space of time in Southwark is because they never went as 10 different Somalian organizations. They went as one Somalian community. The reason why the Ivorians, which Blango has just mentioned, achieved so much is because they never went as 5, 6 different Ivorian communities. They went as one Ivorian community. Those who are benefiting from the states are benefiting because they're going as a united community. As Sierra Leoneans, we know they go as a united community. We pretend to be a united community, but we are not a united community. You cannot have over 22,000 Sierra Leoneans living in Southwark, and yet we are not achieving, we are not gaining any of the benefits. Time to time, I speak to a young brother who works in Southwark Council, who's Kaba. You understand? He's on this program, Ahmed Kaba, right? Works in Southwark Council, responsible for community cohesion and entertainment. He has approached the Sierra Leonean community to come together and do things cohesively, but we do not embrace that cohesiveness, okay? But yet, when he does something within the Camberwell Park, so to speak, and other communities are benefiting from it, we jump on him and said, oh, Ahmed Kabano, they do nothing for the Sierra Leone community. What nonsense. How can we say Ahmed Kabano, they do nothing for the Sierra Leone community? We need to come together as a united community. We need to come together as a united Sierra Leoneans in Southwark. We cannot be the second largest community behind the Nigerians in Southwark, and yet still we get nothing. It's like a child being born to their parents and then knowing what their parents is worth and then don't want to learn anything from their parents because they say, "Awale, me papa can't teach me." Well, your papa know they teach you if you not go show interest. I'm a DJ. If my son is not interested in DJing, I'm not going to teach him DJing. He has to show interest, and then I'm going to have to boost his interest. I own this diaspora voices. If my children, my daughters are not interested in getting the knowledge and getting the knowledge, the technical skills from how to produce and deliver this sort of thing, which will set them up. It's not going to be their career choice, but it prepares them. I'm not going to drag them down and say, come and sit down, because they're holding off to show interest. So it's from their interest I will feed on. So as a community, what we need to do is stop working in pockets and in fractions, stop working against each other. And at the position where Blango sits today, okay, on the consultation, Sierra Leoneans can benefit so much. Sierra Leoneans can benefit so much. He's no longer actively in politics, but he's actively influential within Southwark. We need to come together as a community and reach out to the likes of Blangos that have attained the highest of office. Saloma no they get nothing at Sodok. No, no full reserve. Apart from for go get on a budget pack and mess the pack up. You understand? We never get nothing at budget pack. And right now, the Sierra Leone community is trending very negatively within the higher echelons of Southern Council for being known for misdemeanors, for being known for not respectful and being compliant towards government and local council laws. We feel say we get the right for go there. When you talk to somebody, say, "I they pay me council tax." What does your council tax have to do with having respect for public space? What does your council tax has to do with having values for others? What does your council tax has to do with you being very compliant to the decisions which are laid by Southern Council and the central government? Because you say me as Salomon and they pay council tax. Does that mean that when you go to the park, you go mess the park up and then you left and for the other person can clean them? That means, is that how you leave your home? Well, then when I left with the house dirty, say because the parents, let Southern can clean you house for you. Left you house dirty, let the council can clean you front yard for you. You understand? We need to work together as a community and wake up and unite and go and seek the knowledge from those who have been there. Now we left for pull people then down because we feel say we know them. You have not walked in the man's shoe for a day. If they put you on another world, when they crumple in 10 seconds, I've stopped ranting. I'm moving on to Blango now. Yes, sir. I have to. I mean, I'm in the position for me. Like I'm the Marmite in the Sierra Leonean community. You know, I'm split right down in the middle. I've got those who like me. I've got those who don't like me. Those who don't like me can never confront me and say things to my face. They've never ever said it in my face. All I heard is rumors about DJ Little this, DJ Little that. And those who have gone to the worst of extreme and make salacious comments and rumors about me. But I've always dug down to the root cause and get those people out. Those who I don't know of, are they after una sabi me? You understand? You can only talk behind my back. You can't talk behind my face. I see God make me a small package, so I fear nobody. I've got respect for you, but I fear nobody. We need to learn to work together as a community. Over to you, Mr. Blango, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. I see you're not happy about something.
No,
okay, where do I move on to? Having done all of these things.
Yeah,
right?
let's just get to the point at which
having done all of these things, having tried to help the Sierra Leonean community, but in disappointment, everything failed. I had big plans. I mean, if we had supported ourselves, and if they had supported me, we would have had a community center, a resource center. Okay, that did not work. And I thought to myself, well, Sierra Leone is not the only community in Sudan, and I'm not here specifically to serve the Sierra Leonean community. I'm here to serve the citizens of Sudan.
I agree.
So I can as well embark on a bigger program that serves the whole community. Whoever wants to use it would use it. It's for everybody and for all the children of all those living in Sudan. Hence the Sudan Community Games. And I went big time on that. We linked that with education, and we saw the education standards improve in Sudan. We saw sporting participation increase in Sudan. We saw performance in sports increase in Sudan. Right? I had to bring all the big names in sports in the UK that are associated with Sudan, like Rio Ferdinand. Rio Ferdinand grew up, himself and his brother grew up in Peckham.
That's correct.
So I had to bring them in to help me establish this game, you know, and it was for Sudan. So I had all of this support from everybody else to make a very successful Sudan, to make Sudan successful in sports provision. We succeeded in doing that. And I said, okay, let me look at other bigger things to do. I can do more for Sudan, and I can probably be in a better position to do more for Sierra Leone. And I've done as much as I could as a councillor. Now, if I wanted to do more, I have to go for higher heights. I decided to run for parliament.
That's correct.
Right?
That was back in 2010.
Well, no, first it was in 2005.
Okay.
I first ran for parliament in 2005, but that was in Deptford, Lewisham. Yeah, okay. And in 2010, I said, well, I will run now in Sudan, especially in Cameroon and Peckham, where we have Sierra Leoneans. Maybe our Sierra Leonean brothers and sisters will see the reason for voting for me and propelling me into parliament to work for them and to work for the Sudan community.
Yeah.
I did my best, but from statistics, when I look at the results, who voted, who did not vote, how people voted, could you believe less Sierra Leoneans voted for me?
Wow.
I got more of the white people, more of Nigerians, Ghanaians, and Ivorians voting for me than Sierra Leoneans.
And this is a fact.
Yes.
But yet, even though with the lack of representation from your Sierra Leone community, you were able to increase the percentage, achieving 1.9% and taking the Liberal Democrats getting it to 22.4%
Yeah.
of votes.
Yeah. I mean, with that, in other constituencies, it's enough to take to the parliament.
Yeah.
You see? So, but what amazes me is this. Why would Nigerians, Ghanaians, Kenyans, Ivorians go out there to vote for me? And my own Sierra Leonean brothers and sisters just decide not to.
I like the way you're
smiling. To go the other way.
I like the way you're smiling over that.
Well, it's just.
So what was it like? Knowing very well that Harriet Ammon secured more Sierra Leonean votes than you. Now is years down the line, decades down the line. That must have been painful. Like knowing that, getting that results, getting that statistics, knowing that Harriet Ammon, who you were standing against, actually got more Sierra Leonean votes than you, and yet the achievements which you delivered in your short sphere as a mayor, as a councillor, and within just the Burgess Park area and the other surroundings, it's amazing for all to see. I'll put it this way: how did they pain you?
It not really pained me. I was proud of the work I did. Okay. I was proud of my result. I was proud challenging Harriet Hammond, who was the Deputy Prime Minister of the United Kingdom
at the time.
Yes. Yeah. And I was proud of the outcome. But I was just disappointed that I did not get the support from the Sierra Leoneans I needed to get.
Because you would have won that as you secured the Sierra Leonean votes, and in addition to all the other communities that came on board and supported you, you could have been in as the minister.
Yeah, definitely. It's just disappointing. I tell you some unfortunate statements.
Yeah.
I went to some Sierra Leone community within my campaign. And I heard somebody say, this Maya will all come out alone if they can't challenge Wakeman and country. Will I think say it be? I mean, that kind of statement is so disappointing. We are all from Sierra Leone. I am challenging. Who is he to come and challenge?
Wow.
The British, the white people in their own company, in their own country.
That's somebody that has no aspirations in life.
No. You see, but you see, it exposed who we are as Sierra Leoneans.
Indeed.
It exposed the Sierra Leonean community a lot. It tells you what our aspirations are. It tells you what our focus are. And it tells you what our priorities are. You see? Basically, low priorities, low expectations. Yeah? I mean, wrong priorities, low expectations. I mean, that came out clear. Also, wrong values. It came, if I were to really sort of put into a nutshell the characteristics. Not every Sierra Leonean, please, I'm not putting everybody in one basket, right? I had a few positive Sierra Leoneans who came to support me, a few of them, yeah, are sensible people, but I'm talking about the vast majority here.
Yeah, we're talking about the vast majority of Sierra Leoneans, and that's what we're trying to reflect.
So if I should characterize them as a bunch of people with wrong priorities, wrong values, and low expectation.
I like that. I like that quite a lot. Let's move forward. What do you think is the future of the Sierra Leone community, because I made a note here. You mentioned something earlier, community relation. The Sierra Leone community relation, the Sierra Leone community and its relationship within SODOC is, to be very blunt, damaged. And this is something that you know of very well, because you've served in the office, you've seen first-hand reports, and now you are out of office, so to speak, but yet still you are privy to a lot of these reports. And then as a Sierra Leonean, you will be expecting the Southern Council, with respect, will always come to you and based on your leadership, and to come to you and say, why make you people then still they behave themselves now Southern Council? What is your take on the Sierra Leone community and its damaged relationship in Southern, and how can we repair this damage as a community? What can you give us, first of all, A, in your professional hat, as former mayor, councillor, and all the other capacities that you served, and then B, as a salon man as well? You understand? What can we do? What can you say to us? And again, this is not reflective of every 22,000 Sierra Leoneans plus living in Southwark, but we're talking about the vast majority of Sierra Leoneans here.
Right. I know how the council works. I know how the politics works. Yeah? From Labour to Conservatives to Liberal Democrats. I know the dividing lines in Southwark. So I know the inner operation of the council and their programs for the community. Yeah, I could use that knowledge to tap into that in the interest and the benefit of Sierra Leoneans. But first of all, what we need to do as Sierra Leoneans, we need to come together. DJ Little, we have people like you. We have people like Ahmed Kaba, the guy you've just called. I know him very well.
Yeah.
We have people like Juma Ba. We still have good people in Southern, good Sierra Leoneans who can do things. Yeah? I think those people who are well motivated, who mean well, we should come together and begin a conversation. Yeah? And begin a conversation on how to engage Sierra Leoneans and try to motivate them, right? Try to change their values, or try to help them understand why they should change their values. But we first of all should come together, come up with an agenda, come up with a program, and try to push this program, yeah, so that other Sierra Leoneans can see it, and probably they will come on board. Because what basically happens, some people may not be interested, okay, no matter what you tell them, no matter how you explain to them the benefits, they will never be interested because they have different interests. But until they see it working, then they will come on board. So let those Sierra Leoneans who are well motivated, who mean well, who have the skills, and who have the drive to come together, and let's begin a conversation on this. I think that's what we need to do. And there are a lot of others, a few other Sierra Leone organizations out there.
Do you think the Sierra Leone Forum in a different capacity, Mr. Blango, do you think the Sierra Leone Forum can be re-established? And if it can be re-established, what kind of capacity? And again, I want to bring you back to answering the question about how can we remedize the damage between Sierra Leonean community and the Southwark Council as a whole and the higher echelons of Southwark. Because that's something I often speak to Ahmed Kaba, and in his quiet mode, he always gives me the advice. But I'm reluctant to actually put it out there, because when you do that, Salomon, they make video for you, they can't cost you more you, and I'm not going to do that.
Well, you see, the way we could do it is what I've been trying to explain.
Yeah.
We form a body. Yeah? A body of forward-looking, forward-thinking, respectable people who we could respect with people, and then we could go to the council and present ourselves as on behalf of the Sierra Leonean community. So that body of respectable people will engage the council. And in that engagement, we build the confidence building program between the council and the Sierra Leonean community. That's what we need to do. And also we should find a forum and a platform for the majority of Sierra Leoneans, where the majority of Sierra Leoneans could come together to discuss various issues, social programs, educational programs, okay? This is where we missed the opportunity. If we had had this Sierra Leone Community Resource Center, we would have used the center to sort out all our problems.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of issues within the Sierra Leone community. We need a few people to come together first, get a roadmap, how to engage the council.
I'll tell you exactly how this is going to happen. They will meet together and then they'll say, Odialo not include DJ Little today. It's been said. It's been said.
DJ Little should be part of that group. We have to form a group.
So because it's easier to say, let's go meet Sadok, blah, 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 blah. But you know, why make now whole thing little? People have said this, our community say, now whole thing little for involved part. But because once they know the person that has the know-how, that has the skill set, you understand, that's the person they want to eradicate. They want to get this person out, not be involved. And then
that should be your challenge. That is a challenge to overcome that. Yeah. To overcome it until we begin to do something positive.
True.
Yeah. A lot of people send some negative vibes.
True.
You don't really have to pay attention to that. You stay focused. I'm telling you, if I had listened to what Sierra Leoneans were saying about me, yeah, I would not have progressed in politics. Yeah. They gave all sorts of connotations simply because they are either dishonest, they're either ignorant, and they are not willing to understand or to get information, or they were deliberate. Politics is hard work in this country, at whatever level, hard work. And you are out there all the time to meet people, to do things, okay? And when people see you everywhere, anywhere, all the time, they begin to formulate stories.
Yeah.
If they see me, for example, in your estate, right? They don't want to know what I am doing in your estate. Maybe I'm there for a meeting, or maybe I'm there campaigning, knocking on doors. They formulate stories. They look like man, I see and they hang around the estate now, all that tea kappa. You know what I'm saying? You know?
God.
And because of my teaching job,
Yeah.
most of my campaign were in the evening, till night time. So people will see me around 10 o'clock, around estates, doing various things. And they put all sorts of twists to it. I just don't want to repeat what some of them say, but they put everything, all sorts of twists to it. And they try to link you to some kind of unfounded story.
Yeah. I know how it feels.
If I was listening to all of that, my political career would not have progressed. All of a sudden, these salon people, they talk about me. No. They will say, because they are so negative, they will say, you go ahead and do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Right? And honestly, one of my calculations was, with the Sierra Leonean community, if they didn't vote for Harriet and they voted for me, that was a big chance to win.
Yeah, you got it. Definitely.
Yeah. So with Harriet, there were chances to win. Yeah. So this is how I have helped individuals.
You've given back. You have given back.
Yeah, I've helped individuals and I've helped communities as well. Yeah. So and I try to encourage other people as well. One person I tried so hard to encourage, but
Well,
did not buy the idea was Alaji.
it wasn't me.
No, it was Alaji. You know
Alaji,
Alaji?
Alaji chairman, yes.
Yes.
And
Ah,
he would have made a good candidate because
he would have made a good candidate.
he had the people's power, and he had everything in him, and
Yeah.
I think
I
influences.
tried, and he was doing so well.
Yeah.
He attended every community council meeting in Southern. Every one of them. You know, together with some other Swazi boys.
Yes.
Alaji was my target because he was a community activist.
Yes.
And he was very good at organizing stuff. So I thought he would be a good councillor.
Yeah.
But he was just not interested.
Yeah. It's not easy. Well, you tried. You can't because Alaji being successful would have been an absolute pedigree because he's in the heart of the community, and he's somebody that would have been like, wow, this is me, and Serenians would have hailed him.
Probably, I think what I thought probably, I think because I'm a Labour Democrat, I don't think Alaji was actually, he was more of Labour.
Yeah.
So I think he would have preferred to stand for Labour rather than from Labour Democrat.
He went and formed a unity party, some of the sort. Because
it was a breakaway party from the Labour Party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big mistake.
It was a mistake. Yeah.
It's a big mistake. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about youth. Youth empowerment meant a lot to you and still means a lot to you. If there are young Sierra out there, I've got 3 children and many other nephews and nieces. What would you say are their chances of walking in the steps? Who wants to either go into sports and athletic, arts, or even into politics? What would you say if their names are featured now? Obviously, they will be born in the UK, many of them. But if they look at their parental background and then it says, oh, Imamana Saluni, Papana Saloon, what are the challenges they would face within Southwark, so to speak? And what can you say to them to continue to aspire, so to speak, a word which you've used quite frequently on this program?
Right. I would like to see a lot of Sierra Leonean children succeed in Southwark. And really, there are opportunities. There are provisions to help them succeed. Yeah. First of all, they need to take school and education seriously. They need to be disciplined, right? When those two are in line, and they need to get engaged into positive actions. Yeah. The unfortunate thing, what makes our Sierra Leonean children go astray somehow, you will see their parents take them to this, like these events you'll be talking about, and they see all these bad examples. Like what happened in Borges Park. Okay? So, they need to get involved in positive things like sports. Their parents need to help them access all the opportunities available. After school clubs, homework clubs, breakfast clubs, right? Once they get involved, their parents help them make sure they are involved in all of those little opportunities. That is where they start getting constructive. They begin to live a constructive life because they know they have to go, you have to wake up in the morning, get to school before 7 o'clock, get breakfast in school, and while they're getting breakfast in school, they're being supervised. So they're constantly under positive supervision, all right? And they get involved in homework club. After a day in school, at the end of school, they go to the homework club, they do their homework. Because if they go home, they may not be able, for some of them, because of their family circumstances, their domestic circumstances, they may not be able to do their homework at home, and they get into trouble in school when they don't do their homework. So after school, they use the facilities, stay in school, or go to homework club for another 1 hour, do all your homework. When you go home, have your meal and sleep. You've done all your work and get ready for the next day in school. And on weekends, make use of sporting facilities, sporting opportunities, join sports clubs. There are a lot of sports clubs around. If you have talent in football, in tennis, in whatever sports, your parents should make sure they enlist you or they enroll you in a sports club. For example, when my son had a talent, my second boy, Junior, was very talented in athletics. So he would go to athletics club and go to college and go to university. And I mean, now he's finished university, but he's still focused on his athletics. He's a 400-meter sprinter. Yeah. So he works part-time. Yeah. And does athletics training. And now he's chasing the qualifying time for the Olympics in 2021. So it's part of commitment and aspiration. So parents should encourage their young children to aspire high, to be positive. I mean, I gave an example of my boy who is likely to be in the Olympics representing Britain next year.
God willing.
What I did to him, in the 400 meters.
God willing.
Yeah, God willing. So, but I made sure he balanced his time to finish school, finish sixth form, finish university, and now he has decided to do part-time job to get some money to pay his transport to go to training and back. So that's what he's doing. And we see what happens. By God willing, next year, he will be representing Great Britain in the Olympics in summer next year.
Wait for that.
So parents should encourage, and not that I was with him all the time. No. Or mom was with him all the time. We only told him what to do. We showed him where to go, what to do, where to register, and where he gets challenges, we help him with that. So parents should put their boys and girls on the right track. Show them where the opportunities are. Show them where the facilities are, and encourage them to take advantage of those opportunities. And they will come to like it. Their life will be constructive, and they will just get along with it.
Fantastic. Blango, we could have gone on forever, and I want to thank you so much. I'll let you have a summary of tonight, and whatever you want to say, the platform is yours, and I'll give it to you. Just summarize the program, and I will conclude.
To round up, first of all, DJ Little, I thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
You're welcome.
Without this, I would not have been able to tell my story. And I would not have been able to address all the accusations against me that Mayor Blango did nothing for the Salon community, for the Sierra Leonean community. Mayor Blango was not helpful. Mayor Blango is ungrateful. All these sort of things. You gave me the right platform. After a few years living in the council, you gave me the right platform to address those issues. I thank you very much. And I want to thank the audience. I know a lot of Sierra Leoneans are watching. My advice to Sierra Leoneans is, you are in a country with a lot of opportunities. You are in the country with a lot of outlets. Yeah. You choose your own destiny, and there are things there to support your destiny. Okay? Well, I mean positive destiny. We have the chance to do and choose the direction we want to go. But if you choose the right direction, if you be positive, then there are systems in place, structures in place to help you, your family, and your children. Also, most importantly, let's try to educate ourselves. I'm not saying you go back to school to begin to learn again. No. Let's try to know what the opportunities are for us. Let's find out. Let's get information. They say information is power.
Indeed.
Because what I discovered was that Sierra Leoneans are not informed. Most of them are not informed. So they do not know where the opportunities are. And they cannot be bothered to go for that information. They are happy with their little situation. You can never be happy with what you are.
Yeah.
Always try to find a way of improving yourself.
Yeah.
Okay? So let's be positive and let's try to show support for one another. If a Sierra Leonean is doing well somewhere there, even not so well, ask yourself, how can I help my brother or my sister for him or her to do better?
Yeah.
Not how can I bring him or her down? Okay? If you cannot help, then just give support and don't get involved or just keep away. But don't help bring the person down. That is our biggest problem. We are very negative. For example, if somebody should ask me, hey, do you know DJ Little? If I go into the typical Sierra Leone mentality, I will not just try to begin to answer the question, say, yes, I know DJ Little. What a typical Sierra Leonean will do is, that nonsense man, that is where we start. Yeah. And even when we have said negative things about DJ Little, we don't go to say, hey, hold on. But DJ Little has some positive aspects as well and talk about it. You know? So even if you want to criticize somebody, remember that person is not entirely negative. That person has a good part of him or her. So if you say something negative about a person, somebody, say also be proud enough and be bold enough to also say the positive side of that person. Yes. But generally, let's stay positive. Let's stay supportive of each other. If we don't support each other, if we don't promote each other, right? Especially our Sierra Leonean brothers and sisters who are doing businesses, who are struggling with their business, if we don't support them, and if they also do not support Sierra Leoneans who are trying to run organizations, yeah, we will be falling apart. Even with the little successes we make, we'll be doing it at different angles. So let's be positive, let's be supportive, let's be proactive, and let's help each other. Okay? Let's try to seek the information and let's see how we can. The first thought should always be, how do I help my brother? How do I help my sister? Not how do I bring them down? So that is my advice, and I leave you with that advice, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much, Columba Blango, former mayor of Southwark, the very first African not to be born in the UK to attain the highest office of mayor in Southwark, and the many other hats that you've done. It's been fantastic. I want to send my profound gratitude that you accepted our invitation. And for myself, my brother DJ Ish, who's not here today, and our business manager, Mr. Pasui Ibrahim Bangura, and the rest of the Diaspora Voices team, we want to say thank you for choosing Diaspora Voices to speak frankly to the Sierra Leonean community. We're truly grateful towards you, we're indebted towards you. And also,
one time, higher level. You know, right now, I'm dropping this one for the baddest DJ Little. DJ Little, yes, you know what we want. Yeah, yeah. Play this tune and make the people dance. You know, over and over, put it on a replay. Oh, when you play, you make me feel okay. Yeah, yeah. DJ Little, yes, you making it hot, hot. Oh, when you play, me no say you no get out. When you start, you make me Monday must shout. Yeah, over and over, man, I feel irate. So, when me tell a little thing about DJ Little, everybody knows that you got the music school. When you start the mixing, everybody start to dance. Everybody knows that you are the baddest man. Yeah. The hot boy, no contest. Everybody talks so you confess. Cause you got the tactics, it's a little classic. Everybody if you watch and practice. Yes, I be the reggae, the raga, as on to a lingo and even a cell tune. Whenever I play the tune, the people like it, I be get up and start dancing. DJ Little, yes, you know what we want. Play this tune, yeah, make the people